Hi, Mom. I'm on Nuke the Fridge. And I'm scared. Just kidding. Anyways, what's up, everyone? I don't even know what to say. Every intro is just weird. Whatever comes out of my butt, I just do it. And sometimes it's funny, and most of the time it's not. But generally, I am funny. So, yeah. I'm very happy to be here. Nuke the Fridge is our website because I have some guests here, which these guys have been starting to help me update the site. So I'm very, very happy. So we're starting to do the live streams here as we talk about everything to do with the entertainment industry, but it's a little different than Nerd Report. I know a lot of you all are coming from Nerd Report. Here, Nuke the Fridge, it's more industry based. It's more like what films are coming, what we liked, what we didn't like, what's up with streaming. We even got a few people that want to talk about concerts and stuff like that. I'm very, very delighted to be doing this here, and hopefully we'll start to do it on a consistent basis. And don't forget, everything you see here will be on nukethefridge.com. All right. So before I start, I'm going to introduce our co-host right now. We have the man, the myth, the legend, Robert Sanchez. What's up, Robert?
What's up, Louie? How you doing, sir?
Pretty good. And on the other side of him, to the right of him, left of you, Cameron. What is up, homie?
What's going on, my man?
Okay, so let me just clear something up here. You guys are always asking about my mask behind me, the Michael Myers one. A couple of them I bought up straight off the shelf, the Trick or Treat Studios, these two right here. Halloween 2, Halloween 1. This one was actually modified by Cameron, right, Cameron?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun too.
Yeah, that one looks a lot more screen accurate, but unfortunately, it does not fit my big head. So hopefully one day we could expand on it, or maybe someone will shrink my head so it would fit, and then my life will be complete. Maybe by Halloween, I don't know, just in a few weeks, and stuff like that. But guys, before we start, you have some weird lady in between you guys. What is up with that? Who the hell is that?
That's her official name is the Filth, but we're just calling her Bailey.
Bailey, what's up? So hey, real quick before we get into the news, I want to say what's up to a few people that have been here waiting patiently. Shelly, Jet, the Atomic Wire, Luther Barg, Brandon, Matthew, Patty, Lisa Boo, Bia, is that Bia Stoned? Carly, what is up? Bobby, Wiki Zero, Jet, Gene, Rick. Definitely not the news. Carrie, what's up? Thank you, everyone. See those popcorns, throw them up in the air. Don't forget, you can support this channel via super chats if you have a comment, or if you just want to support. Super chat's a good way to do that right now as we expand. But anyways, guys, you know what? I'm gonna lead the show a little bit. I'm gonna lead it. So I want to start off with something Cameron was talking about before we went on, and that's something we also spoke about on a Nerd Report last night, because I went to go and watch the movie Barbarian, and there's gonna be spoilers here because it's been out. Cameron, how long has it been out?
We're going on almost 2 weeks now, I think. A week and some change. Yeah.
So there's gonna be spoilers.
You guys should have seen it already.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it though, just take your headphones out, watch the rest of this stream, and then go see it tomorrow.
Yes. Well, did you see it, Robert, or no?
No, I have not. I've been watching too much Andor and She-Hulk and Rings of Power.
Why?
So you've been bored. All right. So, God dang, man. Now, see, my friends say I have ADD, and I think it's my friend's fault, because now you brought up 3 can of worms.
Let's just cover
Barbarian. Let's try to concentrate on
let's get Barbarian. We'll get the good news out first.
Barbarian, you have a full-on review on nukethefridge.com. Did you like that movie?
Oh, I loved it. It was so good. It's easily one of the best horror movies of 2022. So good. So good.
Well,
There's
what
only
else
been
came
about
out,
2
though?
movies. There's only been about 2 other movies.
This year's
Cameron?
been a pretty decent year for horror. I mean, like X
Well,
was pretty
list
good.
off a few. What else? What does it go up against? Do you think?
X was really really good, and that's getting a sequel.
It's already out.
Um,
Pearl's out.
Yeah, Pearl.
Pearl's out already.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
shoot!
Yeah,
I
and the
live
third
under a
one's
rock,
coming
too,
out
but-
from, I believe.
Yeah,
Actually, I
Pearl.
wanted to go and watch Pearl instead of Barbarian yesterday, but the times were off. I went to the Alamo Draft House here. But
I need
okay,
to go see Pearl.
so what did you like about the movie?
Well, where do we even start? It was shot so well. I mean, it's a beautiful movie, done really well, and then the acting in it is fantastic too. Bill Skarsgård is fantastic.
Of course, yeah.
You will not be able to guess where this movie is going. It's shocking. It's crazy. It's just interesting. It's a really interesting commentary on the real world. It's just a great movie. And also, if you're claustrophobic, you are going to hate this movie, and it's going to scare the hell out of you. I'm not really claustrophobic.
What was the real world commentary though? I don't remember that.
Well, he was talking about kind of so like the whole idea behind the movie, Barbarian. Like, if I were to ask you who was the Barbarian in that movie, like who would you say was the Barbarian?
I think whoever wrote the script with the people making the dumb decisions over and over again.
Well, that's just kind of the genre, isn't it?
No, bro.
No,
Look, I gotta say, now that we pivoted there, I did like the movie if I step back, but if you think no, that lady was so dumb, doing the same shit over and again. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean 100%. Well, I think the second time she went down into the tunnels, I think that time was just kind of out of like she already knew what was down there.
Bro, they had it.
The first time,
what do they call it? What do they call it? Cellar? Where she went down with the stairs. What do you call that? A cellar?
Well, it was more like a mine shaft. It was like a
no. But before you get to the mine shaft, you go to the cellar, right?
Yeah, down in the basement cellar or whatever.
The movie had you open the door. There's a stairs going down the cellar to the cellar trope, and as you walk down, the door closes trope.
Definitely.
Yeah, and you get locked in. It did that 5 times.
Yeah. Look, listen.
The same person did it though.
There are certain stupid decisions characters have to make for the plot to move along. However, I do think that overall, I think overall it was a great movie.
I thought it was good, but that's the thing. I want to say it's good. It's just if the director says I was spoofing it, that was the comedy part. Then
there's like tropes in the horror genre. There's like tropes that are almost like rules at this point, I guess. I mean, not that you necessarily have to follow those when you make those movies, but they're like acceptable tropes in horror because everyone knows the reality. The reality would be like the second she heard a weird noise down there, or if you were her, the second you heard a weird noise that sounded like somebody else was in the house with you.
Well, look,
you'd be at the front door.
Yeah, but no hot girl's gonna go in and like
100%.
You know how many times I've tried that and it doesn't work?
Yeah. Well, that's funny. I was gonna say, but like, like the hot girl kind of puts butts in seats. So like,
yeah.
Of course.
Anyway, that being said, I do like it. Go and watch Barbarian. I actually do like it.
So good.
It's good. It does keep you interested. And then real quick, we'll go to Robert because I can see right there he's pacing in his seat right there. Andor.
I'm not pacing. I'm actually drinking a beer.
Okay. Well, what about Andor?
Andor's great. I think Andor
last episode.
I think Andor is remember, think about Andor, it's definitely a slow build, right? It's 26 episodes are committed to, right? It's 13 and 13 if I remember correctly. Okay.
I don't know.
It's not short episodes. It's not a show that's made for children in the sense of it's not Boba Fett and the Spy Kid.
Sexy Star Wars.
What were those the mods that looked like they were from Spy Kids? Even Mandalorian, as good as it was, there was things that were made for children. Baby Yoda and all that good stuff. this Andor is easily the first Star Wars show that's really designed for adults, right? There's brothels in it. I'm not going to spoil much, but if you haven't seen Andor by now, there's brothels in it, right? They even, if you haven't seen the first 2 episodes, spoiler alert, the first time they've ever used the word shit in a Star Wars show.
That was good. That was
right.
Good.
So my thing is, it's truly a show designed for adults. Okay, it's not it's definitely not Boba Fett, and it's a slow build. And the one thing that I liked, I don't know if you've picked up on this, that they're really showing a side of the Empire and the Rebellion that we haven't seen. You've noticed there's not a whole lot of aliens. Have you noticed there's not a whole lot of aliens even in the Empire? It's because the Empire, they're a bunch of xenophobes, right? So if you take a look, they're showing a side that we've only seen in the books, right? So I'm enjoying it. It's a slow build. I can't wait to see what episode 5 brings us.
I love you, man, but when you say that, you're giving them too much credit. The reason they don't have aliens in there is because they don't want to spend the money, dude.
Dude, it's the biggest production TV show wise. It's bigger than Mandalorian. It's bigger than Obi-Wan. It's bigger than all of them because it's not being shot in Manhattan.
I don't know. Okay, look, the first 2 episodes were kind of good. Third one was really good, and then I don't know what they did with the last one, man. Like the last one was just like, Cameron, are you watching that?
I have seen the first 3 episodes. I think it's definitely a step above. Well, it's like miles above Boba Fett. Boba Fett was so bad.
Boba Fett was so bad.
Dude, and it's like maybe 2 steps I think above Kenobi so far for me. Robert is certainly more optimistic for Disney than I am. I am so demoralized by Disney content recently.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I want to have hope for Andor because so far I'm gonna say it. I think it's off to a really good start compared to everything they put out so far. I think it's off to a really good start. I mean, literally, like Obi-Wan Kenobi fought Darth Vader at a freaking gravel factory. It's like the most obvious like Earth place that I've ever seen in Star Wars try to get passed off as like an alien world.
But it was a rock quarry out of Montclair.
Yeah, I was going to say, other than, or like the hills they went out and shot where Obi-Wan first sees Anakin, it looks like something right off the Grapevine. Like, I'm looking at it like, bro, this looks like you guys drove 30 minutes out of Hollywood to shoot this. But
I don't think Andor looks cheap. I just think if it slowed down, if it slowed down a little bit more, it'd stop. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Wow. Well, you're not 100% wrong, but like...
None of this bothers me anymore. Like, they can fuck up Star Wars all they want, and like, okay, dude, let's go back to Robert, Lord of the Rings in name only. How's that for you?
Look, it's for the purists. For the purist, they're gonna hate it, right? And it's happened, right? There's people complaining left and right, but something like I said,
I'm not a purist.
Something like I said the other day. It's so good the fact that we're able to either like it or dislike it. The fact that we have a chance to do that is amazing, right? Because who would have thought we would have had a Lord of the Rings show? So my thing is, I want to let this season finish. Then I'll give you my opinion, because unlike a movie where you see the first act, second act, and third act within 2-3 hours, right? They're doing this in a multi-episode fashion. So we got to let it play out. Same thing with Andor. You got to let it play out.
Well, are you up to date with Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, I might have missed. Yeah, I am actually. I am.
Because 6 episodes, I gave up after the 4th one. I think, like, it's already 2 to go. Shouldn't it? Like, if the movie's interesting or the show's interesting by now?
And that's the whole thing. It is interesting. Okay, it's interesting because I don't know anything that's about to happen. Right? If you read Lord of the Rings. If you've read the books, if you've read The Hobbit,
can you imagine when something starts happening? It's going to be crazy.
This is my point. You want something better, then do it. right?
Me?
And that's my no. I'm just saying in general, right? If you want to, that's why I respect. I might be
Robert,
critical. I might
you
be
know,
critical about
Robert,
shows.
Robert, we're both Cuban. We're gonna fucking argue to fucking oblivion here. Listen,
I
dude.
told him before the
Listen,
stream.
dude. When people say if you could do better, you do it. You know Hollywood's a monopoly. They're gonna choose their buddy to do the shit, no matter how good you are. People don't get opportunities. These guys that are doing Lord of the Rings, they are first-time showrunners to do $1 billion freaking show.
Jeff Bezos has a lot of money.
Correct.
Jeff Bezos also, I don't believe that he understands what Lord of the Rings is, because he wanted.
I don't think
to
he
make
gets
Game of
involved,
Thrones.
Cameron. I think he goes, who's the best special effects?
I think they basically are just doing whatever he's like telling them to do, and they're doing the best that they can with what they have. But like, I also just don't. I think that they are trying to make Game of Thrones, but Jeff Bezos was like, what's an established property, and so they picked up Lord of the Rings.
Well, I think Game of Thrones is a copy of Lord of the Rings, though.
Well, no, it's made in the vein of Lord of the Rings, but Lord of the Rings, like the whole idea behind it, like what Lord of the Rings is like completely different than Game of Thrones. Like
correct, but Lord of the Rings,
you know what I mean?
The real Lord of the Rings gives you the vibe is right there in Game of Thrones, and it's funny because I don't know,
it's a little bit different dynamic. I mean, Game of Thrones is very much character stories and like a thriller, drama type piece. But
what's the deal? What's the deal that maybe the production is actually Warner Brothers produced Lord of the Rings, the Peter Jackson ones. New Line is Warner Brothers.
Sure.
Well, I just mean the people that are making when Peter Jackson was making his Lord of the Rings films. I just think Peter Jackson fully understood what Lord of the Rings was, and I don't think Amazon knows what Lord of the Rings is. Because if you look at it, like look at the main character of the new show, like Galadriel. I mean, in the books, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings fan. I just understand it enough that I can blatantly see that this new show is not. It's not like they're trying to make something using a property that's just not. That.
She's not mystical, Robert.
In the books, her beauty was supposed to put her like the idea of violence is like below her. That's her whole thing. Is for her to be an action hero in the show, it just shows that they like blatantly don't understand the character that they're writing. But go for it.
Again, we got 2000. The difference is that the Galadriel that we see today, Galadriel that we see today, is 2,000 years younger than what we see in Lord of the Rings, the movies. Right, so again, let's see it play out.
They gotta hire you as a PR guy over there, bro.
we gotta let this play out, man. We gotta let it play out.
I understand, bro, but 200 years for an elf is a drop in the bucket.
Yeah,
so, exactly.
So why is she so different?
I just mean it's like a completely.
It's 2,000 years.
It's a completely different character.
Don't get me wrong.
Character.
Don't get me wrong. This show is at the point right now where like I don't care. It doesn't really, for me personally, I don't feel like it's Lord of the Rings. The only intriguing part is how they spend $1 billion on a nothing burger for me. But if you're enjoying it, it's all good. I don't think it's making the numbers the 25 million.
Actually, they're saying the numbers are pretty good. So let's see after this week. Nielsen's right, the ratings. Let's see what happens after this weekend. I think they released some numbers. I'll look it up. I'm pretty sure, and I'll do an update on the site. But there was some numbers put up. We'll see. But besides Lord of the Rings, there's a lot of other good shows as well. I'm going to tell you.
Well, of course, right here, Emily Morris sends in. Did you see the new Hocus Pocus? Ugh. Such a disappointment on something I waited so long for. Did you guys watch this?
It's not Hocus Pocus? I haven't seen it yet.
No. Can I tell you that I only watched Hocus Pocus once?
Yeah.
And that was probably about 6 months ago. I had never seen the original film, so I am not the authority on Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, I'm not the authority on Hocus Pocus either, although I thought the first one was like serviceably good.
Yeah, and Doug Jones was in it, so that was pretty good.
I prefer horror that like ends with a bunch of blood, guts, and tears, not really like the ooh kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But Hocus Pocus is, some people watch it religiously during this time of year, so I will not knock it. You guys are great.
Yeah, I'm gonna cancel Disney Plus.
But if you cancel Disney Plus,
Wait,
make sure you pick up Paramount Plus.
You have to watch She-Hulk until Daredevil pops up.
Because Paramount Plus is the one that's giving us the sleeper hits. Because before Andor, I think I told you this before, I think Strange New Worlds, Star Trek Strange New Worlds, is far superior than anything. It's definitely better than She-Hulk. It's definitely better than Boba Fett. I'm going to say that
that's a high bar.
It's hold on a second. I'm going to say that it's the quality writing and acting is going to be better than Mandalorian. Star Trek Strange New Worlds is the one that's truly blowing me away. And for the animated fans, like for the Rick and Morty fans, I got to tell you guys, Lower Decks, Star Trek Lower Decks is amazing. The newest episodes, the new episode actually went back to Deep Space Nine. If there's any Trekkies out there, I don't want to reveal too much or spoil too much. It's probably one of the most satisfying episodes of TV, animated or not, that I've seen in such a long time.
Well, okay, so since we already broke the ice and talked about a few shows, let's start the show. Let's start the show. Ready?
Let's start the show.
Let's go.
Start.
And you saw in the title that we're giving away free passes to Black Adam and Halloween Ends. And that's the real reason that you're here, because everyone's a damn freeloader.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. There's an old saying. There's an old saying.
This is what I want.
It's for me.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna get this because you guys are listening right now. I'm gonna say it once. I'm gonna give you the instructions on how to enter to win. All right, and then you will be contacted if you win. We got two different kind of passes, for different movies. All right, in Hollywood, you're in the Hollywood area. This is for the TCL Chinese Theater. We got run of engagement passes to Halloween Ends and Black Adam. This is when the movie comes out. How do you enter to win? It's pretty easy. You go to our Nuke the Fridge at Nuke the Fridge on Twitter. You send us a private message, and we will randomly pick the winners. You got to leave your email though, so we could randomly pick the winner and then email you back with a congratulations. Now, the other thing we do have, and you could contact us the same way, and I'm going to pull up the email right now because I accidentally shut it down, is a big grand prize. And I'm going to show my email to everybody, coño. All right, here we go. It doesn't matter. I don't have any sexting or anything like that in here. So here we go with this. I'm going to show you guys.
I sent you an email earlier.
Yeah. All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the big prize, all right? All these places, if you win, you are responsible to get to the place. Now, for, when is this? Tuesday, October the 4th. Wow, that's next week.
Next Tuesday, yeah.
Wow. It's the premiere of Black Adam in New York City.
That'll be fun.
For a chance to enter, head over to @NukeTheFridge on Twitter and let me know that you're interested for the premiere on October the 4th.
So let's clear this up. This is not just a screening, folks. This is actually the world premiere in New York City. You're responsible for your own transportation, but you will actually be at the same screening that The Rock and the celebrities will be attending.
Yeah. New York City.
I mean, Dwayne Johnson.
You want to go to this. Don't lie. You want to. So go enter.
On Twitter. There you go. And no, Robert, you're not going to win. But anyways, we're going to go back. Which Cameron opened his eyes real wide, like, well, does that mean I could win? So there you have the instructions. First topic. I'm going to let you go first. Robert, what is the first topic of today? Is it on the site? Is it somewhere else?
It's definitely on the side. Let's talk about Harrison Ford. All right. Jeff Snyder, Jeff Snyder's an industry reporter. And on his podcast yesterday, he announced
AKA Internet Snob. Yes, go ahead.
Hey, they're industry folks. What are you going to do, right? But, they announced the cast of Thunderbolts at D23. The one person that they didn't announce, or they didn't even really make a reference to, is who would be playing, General Ross, right? William Hurt passed away, so who's going to play him now, right? And the word on the street is that Marvel wanted to announce Harrison Ford to take over the role of General Ross.
Oh, nice.
But our favorite Kathleen Kennedy from Lucasfilm was against it because she did not want to have Marvel steal the thunder from Indiana Jones announcements that they were making. Okay, but is it confirmed? It's not confirmed, but Jeff Snyder, listen, he's an industry guy. He knows he's basically part of the trades. And if he's hearing it, there has to be some truth to it. We'll find out soon if Harrison Ford. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not sure how I feel about Harrison Ford, taking on a role in the Marvel universe. We'll see.
Will this come out before or after Indiana Jones?
Oh, obviously after Indiana Jones is almost
fine.
here.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you think, Cameron?
I'm happy for Marvel. I think they should keep doing everything that they're doing, and I'm happy for Harrison Ford too. I want him to collect as many checks as he possibly can, and in his few years he has left. I really, I'm just kidding.
He may have more than everyone.
Yeah, no, honestly, he might be able to live longer than everybody in this room, especially with as much drinking as we do here.
By the way, he's drinking a Michelob Ultra.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I think Harrison probably beats all you guys in that.
This guy didn't even want to drink tonight, but he only cracked one open because I did. So he felt inspired by a Michelob Ultra. What does that say about him? Huh?
Yeah, at least I'm drinking a Silver Bullet. Huh? Okay. Alrighty.
Yes. So I hope Harrison Ford gets a really large paycheck for that, and I hope he does it, and I'll watch it.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. Harrison Ford is a great actor, and he's done some really good movies. Obviously, his roles as Han Solo and Indiana Jones, they're iconic. Regarding Henry, good. Mm-hmm. Witness, great. But then we have 7 Days and 7 Nights, and then we also have Ender's Game, right? So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I need to see him in another huge franchise. Mm-hmm. He should be flying his airplane back to, Wyoming, Montana, wherever he lives.
Yeah, just don't crash it.
Just don't crash it. Yeah, don't crash it.
This cat is running out of lives.
I don't know. I think Kathleen Kennedy is kind of right. Let them announce this after and stuff. I don't care. I'm not going to be watching this. It says Marvel on there. I'm not going to be watching
this. Marvel just came out with like the whole Phase 6 stuff.
16, wasn't it?
Yeah, 16, like way ahead. Yeah. And I'm like, guys.
Kevin Feige's grandchildren are going to be producing them.
It's just nuts. It's like they're announcing movies that they don't even have a cast for. It's like,
okay, are they? But they're going like, I don't know. They're starting to, man. Like, they got rid of the director of Blade. I don't know.
I heard he left. I heard he left the project.
Yes,
that's what they say, man. But let me ask you a question, though. Honestly, that guy leaving a project like that, like, who is he?
Yeah,
he got let go.
Maybe he's somebody with sense. I don't know.
And by the way, Louis, you're absolutely right. There might have been a conflict of creativity, right? Mm. Sometimes you have these young directors that come aboard and they think and they're inspired. And here's the thing about Marvel: if you're going to direct a movie for Marvel, you're going to be a yes man or a yes woman, right?
Yeah.
You're going to take clear instruction from Kevin Feige and the higher ups at Disney, and they're going to tell you what they want, because after everything is said and done, everything has to fit, right? everything has to fit in this huge story arc that's going to take 12 years, 10 years to develop. So sometimes you're going to have these creative. Look what happened with Simon, not Nick Frost. Oh my God, Shaun of the Dead. Edgar Wright. He was supposed to do Ant-Man. There was some creative conflict there, and he left the project. Right. So a lot of these directors that are very creative are going to want to do something on their own. But if they're not, but if they don't follow the line that Marvel's putting, they're going to be,
that's actually fair. Marvel's not in the business of making like art house films. They're in the business of making cookie cutter superhero movies that follow like an arc. So then that actually makes total sense that if that director just couldn't make the cookie that they wanted him to make, then yeah, it makes sense that they would have him step away.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Anyways, I almost fell asleep while this was reported. It's more. I'm sorry.
So Louis, you're not a fan of Green Ally McBeal? AKA She-Hulk.
I'm not watching it. I don't care.
Louis, you need to, dude. Daredevil is going to come on at some point. Probably like at the second to last
Daredevil.
episode.
That's not Daredevil.
Yeah, I know.
By the way, Blade's son made a cameo in the latest episode of She-Hulk.
Pocket knife.
Yeah, and El Aguila and some other character too.
Yeah, man, I don't know. Let's
move on. Let's move away from Marvel.
Some real movies here. Nosferatu's back. One of my favorite fucking vampire. This vampire is so creepy, dude.
Yeah, that's a classic, man. That's a classic.
Cameron. I want to say every time I say your name, I want to say Cameron Galaxy.
You can if you want. You can just say that if you want.
That's his porno name. That's his porno name.
Yeah, he wishes.
Well, thank you for outing me, Rob.
He has an OnlyFans.
Just ladies and gentlemen,
Mom, turn this off.
Robert Eggers, director of popular titles as The Northman and The Witch, has reportedly been working on a script for a reimagining of the classic horror film Nosferatu, and it's actually happening. I don't know if I like him though.
Getting upset with how you're.
I love Robert Eggers. I think his films are fantastic. I can't wait. The Witch. I know a lot of people had problems with like the pacing of the film. They thought it was sort of boring, but I was I loved it. I thought it was a great film. The Northman, dude, such a good movie. The Northman. I can't wait to see what he does with this one. Bill Skarsgård is always fantastic.
Is he in it or confirmed?
Yeah, he was confirmed that he's going to be playing the vampire Count. What is it again?
Ibri?
Olaf. Moloch.
By the way, that's only half of Michelob Ultra.
Half of Michelob Ultra, and I'm done for.
Count Dooku? He's playing Count Dooku?
Count Olaf. Yeah, something like that. So, anyways, he's going to be playing the vampire, and what is it? Lily Rose Depp. She's going to be playing opposite of him in the lead role of the film. So I'm really excited to see what she does as well.
So she's just really there to show her neck to the vampire. Okay.
Yes, pretty much. Show the neck, get bit, get out of sight. That's what's going to happen.
Now, if the vampire looks anything like this, then come on.
Well, I'm sure it's going to look a little bit better. What I'm really excited to see is just Robert Eggers doing another.
Hold on, wait a minute. Better.
Well, he's going. Yeah, no, the special. Well, I'm sure special effects have come along just
a little bit.
Yeah. I know.
I don't want.
Well, I'm just excited. I'm just. Yeah, no, I meant like prosthetics and stuff. I can't wait to see what they're going to do.
This is perfect to me, dude. Honestly,
I want to know if Bill Skarsgård's going to do his eye thing. He's going to like look her in the eye, and he's going to make her think that he's like a normal human until like his eye starts like wandering. Oh God!
Is he going to wear balloons and you'll float too?
I doubt.
Robert,
I doubt it, but I would float.
Yeah, you know what? I am excited for Nosferatu. I'm not. Yeah, I am. Actually, it's obviously the original movie is the epitome of a perfect, movie. For those who haven't seen it, they need to go see it. right? I'm sure there's a good YouTube cut of it somewhere.
Definitely.
It's public domain now, isn't it?
I believe so. Actually,
it's public
if
domain,
if
yeah.
you're a fan of horror in general, it's a must watch. It's a must watch at least one time, because I know there's some people out there that don't love black and white, mostly silent films. Like, I understand that, but it's a must see. If you're a fan of film, watch it one time. It's just it's great. It really like encapsulates like that whole era in filmmaking. Like, I think it was German expressionist horror films. Like, it was just a whole weird thing where German filmmakers were just coming out with crazy ideas. Where like at a time where it wasn't even legal to show a toilet flushing in a movie. Like, that was illegal at the time that this movie came out. And so this movie back then must have been like the most terrifying thing anyone had ever seen.
I think it is terrifying. What was that movie that's claimed that they actually got a real vampire to play him? What was that? It was one movie that claimed that.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, probably.
Anyways, listen, I'm excited for that. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? It's weird enough.
I'm just excited. Robert Eggers does great period.
It's going to be an A24 then, right?
I don't think it's A24, but I also don't know, so don't quote me on it. I have to double check, but I just can't wait to see Robert Eggers create like a 19th century German village, and like put these actors in it and just have them do their thing. Yeah. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Just especially because like if you think about all the different directions it can go now that we're actually working with sound, and the movie can be like 2 hours long. I can't wait to see what, and probably William Dafoe is going to be in it too, doing something weird. So can't wait for that.
Well, let's move on to our next topic that happened this week. I think this is a really big one. Robert wrote this article. Filming starts for the Planet of the Apes next month, and it's going to be directed by Wes Ball, who has an awful track record. What the hell? What the? I mean, Planet of the Apes is awesome, man. I mean, this is going to be. It looks like it's going to be a continuation of what Matt Reeves did, right?
It is So Matt Reeves' trilogy, ended with the third one, and this is like the beginning of the next one. But it is the same world, and they've also Kingdom of Planet of the Apes,
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I mean,
yes,
it is, dude. How are they gonna do the swinging monkeys scene from Indiana Jones?
Maybe they cast Harrison Ford to play the new Caesar or the new
the new bald Woody Harrelson.
Oh yeah, Matthew right here. Shadow the Vampire. Shadow the Vampire is the one.
Shadow of the Empire was a film. Yeah,
that
Harrison
was the one.
Ford is going to play the next monkey.
No. This is true, bro. Thanks, Matthew. This is the one we were talking about, the Nosferatu.
Yeah, Shadow of the Vampire.
That was a trippy one, dude.
I got to go back and watch it. It's been a while.
It was kind of like, I think it was not a good.
Is that the
movie,
one with Nick Cage where he runs down the street? Or am I thinking of a different movie?
No, I'm sure you're off.
Okay, look at opinions on this. What do you guys think? Robert, what do you think of this?
What do I think about it? Listen, again, it's early to tell. I'm kind of surprised, and let's see what they decide. Is this going to be theatrical, or are they going to do this with Hulu? Right?
Please no Hulu, dude.
I've been so disappointed with Fox, and I get it. Disney took over. Oh, that's not Fox anymore. 20th Century Studios, right?
Oh, God.
With the whole, listen, if there was a movie that deserved to have been on the big screen, it should have been Prey, right? So let's see what happens with this one.
Prey was pretty
right?
cool.
Are they going to stick this on Hulu, or are they going to end up giving it a theatrical release? We'll find out. We'll find out. Again, they have a good foundation with the 3 original movies that were fantastic. If they could be as good as any of them, then we should be okay.
All right.
Likewise.
Well, I think that takes care of that. I like Planet of the Apes. I'm still going to watch that because it's Planet of the Apes, but it just seems like it's not really a caliber directing there. All right, Ryan Reynolds this week announces or teases Deadpool 3 Electric Boogaloo with Hugh Jackman and what's it called? Robert, you get excited about these. What's up, man? Tell me about it.
Well, look, if there's one guy that's first of all, let's talk about Hugh Jackman. The guy is a gentleman, right?
Yes.
We've had, I'm sure you have, Louis. In the years ago, I had a lot of interactions with Hugh Jackman. On the set of the X-Men films or at Comic-Con or whatever it was. The guy is fantastic. The guy's been playing Wolverine for a long time.
Handsome as a son of a gun.
He blew up, became one of the biggest actors, right, of all time, right? Well, one of the biggest actors, and he never forgot his roots, right? The fact that he's been willing to come back and play Wolverine again and again and again. You have some actors out there that no one knew who they were. I'll call them out. John Boyega, right? No one knew who John Boyega was. He plays Finn on 3 movies, right? He wasn't very good, and now they think that they're bigger than anyone else, and now they're like against playing the character that made them the star that they become, right? Same thing with what was the guy who played Cyborg in Justice League?
Bro,
right? The same thing.
Bro, wait, come on, John Boyega, bro.
Okay, but my point is, there's these people who become actors, who become famous because of a certain role, and then a few years later, it's almost like they feel they're too good to play that role all over again.
Well,
my thing is, Hugh Jackman has continued to play it over and over again. He doesn't forget his roots.
Too good to play that role again.
He appreciates the fandom.
Love you, Robert, but he didn't want to be the guy that yells Ray 100 times.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
I would be, no.
That's fair.
You both have valid points here.
But going back to Hugh Jackman, the fact that we get to see him play the character once again, and again, maybe, let's see. Is it the beginning of Hugh Jackman sticking around for 3-4 movies in the MCU? We don't know.
Yeah, I think a better example would be Ray Fisher, who was Cyborg.
Yeah, he was horrible.
Yeah, his Cyborg wasn't okay. To be honest, his Cyborg wasn't that bad, but he does think he's better than the character, and he's a nobody.
That's my point.
Well, also the writing for that movie, he may very well be better than that role. But
Ray Fisher.
You know what? Yeah, I'm not going to get into it. Ray Fisher, I have issues with them. But it is what it is. But again, Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, in a couple years, we're going to see Deadpool and Wolverine going after each other. All right. So again, I'm glad to see that we get one more chance. Hopefully, and is it Sean Levy who's directing it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see what happens.
No, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
I'm pretty hyped to see Wolverine back on the big screen.
I'm happy that I'm happy that Ryan Reynolds said this takes place before Logan and everything.
Yeah.
Being mindful of the legacy that Logan left. All right.
Love that.
We'll go to this topic right here because then Robert will kill me if I don't.
This is great, man. This is awesome.
This is so
This is so weird. You know what? Can you play that clip that's there?
Yeah, but first do me a favor. I'm probably gonna get internet dinged for it, but I'm gonna play it anyway.
Yeah, before you play the whole thing, let's just preface what's going on. So maybe you can just play a little portion of it.
Yeah. Let's do that.
So. Rob, I guess you should tell everybody what Bruce Willis did.
So Bruce Willis, sold his digital twin, his likeness. And by the way, this is happening, right? James Earl Jones earlier this week or a couple weeks ago announced that he sold his voice, voice rights over to Disney so they could continue using his voice as Darth Vader in future projects, right? Okay, cool, whatever. But Bruce Willis is the first actor to sell out his total likeness, right? He's still alive, right? We've seen this with Carrie Fisher. We've seen this with Peter Cushing after the fact, but Bruce Willis is still alive, right? So the fact that Bruce Willis is still alive and he sold his rights to this deepfake company. I think they call themselves Deepcake. And they're out in Eastern Europe, which is even weirder. And the fact that they have this Russian commercial.
Gross. Oh,
All right, you gotta
wild.
play it, Louis. And I don't want people's
Okay,
reaction
but
to this.
Bruce Willis has some problems though, some health issues.
He does
Yeah,
have some health issues.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was like barely Bruce Willis's hand that signed that contract.
And it
wasn't his manager.
Well, we'll leave that alone. We can't be mean about that.
Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's check it out.
Check out parts of it.
Do you hear that?
Yeah,
Did you hear that?
we can sure hear that.
Yep.
Okay, I think this is gonna make Robert's night. Look at how happy he is. I never seen him that happy.
I know he loves this.
Really, Lewis, that even at my wedding, huh?
Семейный тариф, потому что ты привязан к работе.
Now, everybody, keep in mind that is not Bruce Willis sitting there.
No,
I know,
we can tell it's not.
The deep fake is so good. Look at it right there. That blatantly doesn't look
From
like.
here, it looks like Vin Diesel.
What the hell am I looking at? It kind of looks like him.
Yeah, it's like that's very clearly not Bruce Willis's
Who's
head.
this?
Well, I don't know. Some
Yeah, I was gonna say he's.
Yes.
Listen to what he said.
Oh my God! Really? What the?
It gets worse.
Миссисипи.
Oh my God!
That looks like Bruce Willis actually.
Oh, Mississippi!
Mississippi. If he dies, he dies.
I must break you.
Подключи бесплатный семейный тариф в салонах Мегафон.
Holy shit! That was amazingly bad.
Yeah.
Oh, that was bad.
This is like top tier cringe.
You
This
know
is
what,
great
Louis? We
stuff.
should post this. We should link this from the site so people could see it themselves. Because at the end, there's a little more, but you don't want to get dinged, on a copyright or whatever.
Yeah, let's actually look. Let's do this. Website. I'm gonna drop the link in the comments. Website. Guys, there's a lot of articles there. A lot of good stuff.
Please go look at them.
Yeah.
You don't have to read them.
So
just
again,
look at them.
Bruce Willis in a Russian commercial, and part of me is wondering, is it the right timing with everything that's going on in Russia? And I was like, it is what it is.
Well,
maybe he doesn't. He doesn't have the
It's
author.
beautiful that Bruce is going across the
But
pond
you
to
are
try
right,
and
Louis.
create
If he
peace.
sold his voice, if he sold his likeness, that means he doesn't have any. Probably has no control of where they're going to use it because he sold it to a company. If you read the article, it's a company based in Georgia, and we're not talking about like Atlanta, Georgia. We're talking about Eastern Europe, Georgia.
For all you people out there
And the
that are
company
geographically inept.
in the States, it does business out of Delaware, right? As a deep fake company. So we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll see
What are they
Die Hard
advertising
7.
there? What are they advertising there?
I'm assuming a cell phone or something.
Beats the
I have
hell
no
out of me.
idea.
Yeah, maybe Wi-Fi.
Who knows?
I mean, it's a good thing the war is in that battle.
Any of your viewers speak Russian? That'd be amazing.
Yes.
Either that or I got
that was something, guys. That was
All right,
really
guys, we're at that point. Cameron, did you have some images you wanted to share with me, or do you want to do that on a later time, or what is that?
No, I'd love if you would show off some of those images. Let me tell
where are they
everybody.
at?
I sent them to you.
Okay,
yes,
let me get them
to you
off
in your
there.
messenger.
Hold on.
But I'll preface what you're about to show everybody.
Right.
So me and Rob are kind of doing this short film, which is going to be used as material for everyone to see the grander project that we intend to make, like a feature-length film. It's a short horror concept piece that is called When It Knocks.
By the way, you did not send it on my messenger.
I did. You're lying to me.
On Facebook?
But yeah,
No.
sorry guys. Give me one
Cameron
second.
Galaxy right here. I don't see it.
Oh well, that's that's because I turned on turned on airplane mode. Sorry guys.
No worries.
They should send now.
Don't
Anyways,
spoil too much.
We'll show these several times throughout the
By the way, she's part of it.
Yeah, she's actually one of the lead actresses in the film. Bailey over here, also known as the Filth. It's actually our main antagonist of the film right here. Or, well, half of her. And
do you want me to start showing the pictures, or do you want to introduce it first?
Yeah, please. No, you don't see her too much in the pictures. We just have a bunch of screen grabs of some of the footage that we have right now.
Okay,
so yeah, the film basically
I gotta
follows.
say, this woman looks much better in the film than she does in between you guys. I don't know what you guys
That's
did
for
with
sure.
with the cinematography there, but that's
Well,
good
you know,
stuff.
a lot of green screen and shadow work.
Wait a minute, is that her? Is that this is a horror film? And what's it called
Pretty
again?
sure. When It Knocks.
When It Knocks, and behind her is the creep that's behind you.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
That looks.
I don't want to give
gotta
away
say,
too
that
much.
looks really fucking good. That looks
Yeah,
fucking
well,
good.
you guys should see some of the footage. We have a little bit, just a tiny little sneak peek for you guys here. Some little screen grabs throughout the film.
Now,
That kind of
look,
gives you an idea.
Okay, listen, you guys may be thinking I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. This kind of shit they need to do in the horror movies they don't do anymore. This is the old John Carpenter throwback shit where there's
That's what we were kind
creepy
of going
stuff happening in the background.
80s retro.
Yeah, that's not really, it's you catch it and there's weird shit going on in the background, not in the foreground, and it's not like, it's out of focus a little bit, so you're like, what the hell is this? I like this a lot.
That jogging sequence at the beginning is one of my favorite parts of what we shot so
So
far.
that's the next one.
It was a lot of fun shooting it. This is just a cool Dutch angle that we have from one of the suspense building scenes. Not much to see there. It's just a cool angle. I like it.
Right.
And for those of you who are wondering, the actress you're seeing on screen is our lead actress, Anaya. She's fantastic. She's a really good actress. I've worked with her on a couple other projects, and she's fantastic.
Excellent.
Did a great job here. This is her first horror film too. Her first horror project.
Excellent. Is any hints of what she's looking at out the door?
You kind of saw her a minute ago.
You're seeing her here.
But in this sequence, when she looks out the door, she actually doesn't see anything yet. So she hasn't seen the creature just yet in the film. And yeah, that's another great screen grab.
Well, I'm glad I didn't
nice
have
job.
time to look at this until now, and I'm really glad I got to react to it live. Honestly. Oh, is there something going on in the background right here?
Not quite yet in that screen grab, but I didn't want to give away
You
too
don't wanna
much.
spoil it.
I didn't want to show you guys too much. And I might have given you guys too many screen grabs. Maybe you guys don't deserve it tonight. But I wanted to give you guys a little something. This is one of my favorite of the screen grabs. It's a great reaction shot.
Nice.
Oh man, she looks terrified. And she legitimately was. We have a
Dude, I think
we have a really
honestly, you're giving us too much here.
Oh, and yeah, I think you're right. I think we might have given you guys just a little
I'm gonna
too
stop,
much.
guys.
Yeah.
I think you guys are shooting too much. I know you're excited about it, but
just wait till you guys see it too, because we have a fantastic creature performer.
that creature.
His name is
that looks
Dylan
cool.
Adler. He's a really great contortionist. He's fantastic. He was great in the role.
That looks good, man. I like it. How long is this movie going to be? Is it going to be like a short or?
It's a pretty short concept piece so far that we're putting together. Right now, it's sitting anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. We're still in the editing process, and we still have more footage we need to shoot. So I think we probably have like 1 or 2 more shooting days that we need to knock out a couple of scenes, and then we'll be good to go. But me and the editor I'm working with right now, we're at about 7.5 minutes rough cut, and like the first minute and a half is pretty much final cut. It's just about it just needs to go through a coloring process to bring all the colors out of the footage, because the level of footage that we got is fantastic. It's 6K footage. We shot on a Blackmagic It was super good, super good footage that we got out of it. We just need to bring that color out, and we have a professional colorist that we're looking to work with pretty soon. Once we finish out the whole film, final cut just needs to go through that process of colorization, and we'll be ready to release it.
Yeah. So and at the end, Louis, the hope on this is that if we're able to get enough interest, take it out. It's a short, but at the same time, we're kind of using it as a reel, to show Cameron's directing abilities and also this concept, because I think 10 minutes, 15 minutes will be cool, but there's a potential here for a really big, for another franchise.
Yeah,
and it's original.
And this is actually my first directing project. I've never directed anything before. This is my first project. I'm fully directing. I'm not like everything I've done in the past is basically just helping out on set, gaffing, acting, stuff like that, writing. But I've never actually directed anything myself. And that's actually the end goal, is what I'd like to do, is direct films. And nobody's going to give me, a budget if I've never directed anything before. So that's mostly what this is. And but what it also is, like I said, it's a concept piece. I want to come out with this film and show everybody the basic concept of what a possible feature-length film that we could make using this concept. I just butchered that English, but yeah, basically we just want to show everybody what the basic idea of the film would be, because in the future I do intend to turn this idea into a feature-length project. So I'm going to use it to show people what they would be getting.
Have you ever heard of Black Christmas, the movie?
Sure have, of course.
Yeah, it's kind of like this movie got influenced John Carpenter to make Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the POV shots you'll see in that film are actually in Black Christmas. I have a friend. I don't know if you know him. I have a friend of him. I have a friend named Dave McCrae. You know who that is?
I've heard the name before.
He's like a Halloween guy. He has a YouTube channel. I'm gonna show you a trailer. He made the movie already, but I'm gonna give him a shout out as well here. And I want you guys to check out his movie, because this fan film is like, it looks like yours as far as like how good high quality cinematography is concerned. So let me show you right here. I'll show you the trailer, and of course it's available right now for free on YouTube. But Black Christmas did have a sequel that was awful, and it was a Blumhouse film. But this one's supposed to be,
and it was actually had nothing to do with the original either.
But this one does,
out of left field.
And he's done so well with it that he's working on a third one now. And I believe some of the original cast is coming back for it. But check this out. Let me know if you hear it. Can you hear it?
That's cool.
Can you hear it or no?
I think I heard it a minute ago.
No, we're not hearing anything.
I'm not hearing anything, yeah.
Okay, hold on a second. Stop sharing. Sorry, guys, but damn, man, that looks rad, dude. And it's good we have tools like YouTube to like get the word out nowadays. But check this out.
There we go.
Oh, I hear it.
Something's been bothering me, though. And it always has since my grandma told me. The cops said Peter did it. And for years, my grandma said the same, but I think she started to have doubts.
So, do you think the killer's still out there?
Closed case. But the way she used to describe those calls. Who the hell is this?
You little bitch!
So yeah, check that out. Also, like, and always, is that him laughing? Always try to support independent filmmakers or people that are trying to make films here, like Cameron and everything, because I know a lot of people. Yeah, it is. It is very good. And Dave McRae, you should check him out. He's a Halloween dude, but he loves Black Christmas, and he's a voiceover guy. But a lot of people bitch about that they want new shit and new blood, and then they don't support it, which I think is,
man.
Well, and here's the thing.
Yeah,
we are. Cameron is an independent filmmaker. He's doing this out of pocket. He is also looking to see if anyone's willing to help as well. Okay.
Yes.
Whether it be help financially or when he gets the new shooting days going, some help on set as well. Okay.
Yes.
We might post something, or we might give you some information that maybe you could share with the readers, or maybe we'll put it on Nuke the Fridge, right? Maybe we could have the community to get involved.
Who would have figured that filmmaking is expensive?
Yeah, it's not cheap. Yeah, it's definitely not cheap.
I would. Yeah, any help at all, guys, would be huge.
Set up a GoFundMe or something.
Yeah, that's a great idea, actually.
Yeah.
We will definitely set something up. It'll be posted on Nuke the Fridge for sure.
And then we'll share that link. Maybe if it could pay for a portion of it, that'd be kind of cool. But man. So this is not the last time I'm going to be talking about that. So come on, you guys. We'll keep you up to date. But last word, man, because I got to go to my real work tomorrow.
I hear you. So do I. So real quickly, just a couple things that also broke today. We'll be quick about this. It's breaking. There's a big Community, the TV show, right? There's a lot of fans of Community, right? The show that had Donald Glover. Well, they just announced they're making a feature film. I know my wife's excited about it.
Oh, nice.
Right? She's a huge Community fan. But the trades are breaking that there will be a Community feature film, right? It doesn't look like Chevy Chase will come back. It doesn't look like Donald Glover will come back, but the rest of the cast will be, okay? And then the other thing that just broke as well, I don't know how I feel about this, because every time they do a Hercules film or a Tarzan film, it comes out like crap. But Sony has acquired the rights to Tarzan, and they're going to be reinventing the movie franchise. Okay, so the big question is, how are they going to reinvent it? And that scares me. Is he going to be swinging through the concrete jungle of New York City or something weird? You know what I mean?
He's going to be a guy.
I'm getting Vietnam flashbacks of Shia LaBeouf.
Exactly, Shia LaBeouf swinging through.
Oh, God.
Maybe Shia LaBeouf will be cast as Tarzan.
Oh, God.
But yeah, so again, a lot of...
I want a Tarzan movie with John Bernthal. That's what I want.
The Punisher?
Hey, I'm Tarzan. That's what I want. That's what I freaking want. Oh, my God.
Well, it could also be Casper Van Dien. Wasn't Casper Van Dien played... Tarzan back like 15 years ago, remember, from Starship Troopers?
He played Tarzan?
Yeah, he played Tarzan.
Oh my God.
I think Louis, that's one of the big 27 by 40 posters that Louis has on his wall, is the one of Tarzan by Casper Van Dien.
And you can absolutely pick it up next time you're at Frankenstein.
Here's the deal. You want to reinvent? Brie Larson as Tarzan.
This movie was not made for Tarzan fans.
Hey, by the way, that might be a way they reinvented. Maybe instead of being but you know what? Female Tarzan already exists, and their name of that is Sheena. Remember the Sheena?
Yeah.
The female.
But nowadays, no one. It doesn't matter.
Louis,
it doesn't matter.
Louis, you should have known that. To be honest, in fact, I actually don't like, as a personal Brie Larson stan. I just want to say I don't appreciate how you just brought Brie Larson into this conversation.
I want her to be in everything.
She's probably the most misunderstood person on the internet, if we're being honest. Haven't you seen her YouTube channel? Come on, dude, she's so relatable. Yeah, and she is very relatable.
Wow. There you go. Okay,
the weirdest thing about Captain Marvel is the complaint about like the character, people saying that the character doesn't smile. and then they turn around and they're like, "Oh, they always ask women to smile." It's like, have you ever heard of Henry Cavill's Superman?
Bro,
Like, everyone wants him to smile.
I don't get why anyone
Henry
wants to see
Cavill's
Captain
Superman-
Marvel smile. Like she does every other emotion so
Yeah, but
well.
they get upset because
Why do you
people
need
wanted
to
a
see
super-
her smile?
They wanted a superhero. People want their superheroes to look like they're enjoying saving people, not like they're constipated. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
do you think? I think that Brie Larson and Kristen Stewart went to the same
Acting
school. Is that possible?
Yeah, they are. Brie Larson, Captain, whatever.
Kristen Stewart,
Captain
Kristen Stewart,
Steelface.
Captain Stewart.
Captain Stewart.
It's late, Louis. You know what? Why don't they just bring? You know, I see here Matthew saying, hey, by the way, Greystoke, The Legend of Greystoke. I think you're never going to make a better movie, Tarzan wise, as The Legend of Greystoke. That was a fantastic movie. Or you could always cast, Brendan Fraser to come back and just do George of the Jungle.
You guys are
I don't know how well that would work now, but I would love to see it. I watched George of the Jungle like every single day when I was a kid.
George of the Jungle was great. Stop yawning, Louis.
Yeah, I loved that movie.
No, the shit is,
Brendan Fraser
how
too.
did
I
the
just wish.
conversation be great to this?
We're talking about Brendan
Yeah,
Fraser.
hold on now. Hold on, Louis. You listen to me, okay? The internet unanimously agreed. We're going to leave Brendan Fraser
You
alone.
want to see who would play a good Tarzan?
Who would play a good Tarzan?
All right, I got her on cue.
My dog stepped on a bee.
Yeah, well.
Hey, wrong channel. Wrong channel. You got to save that for Popcorn Planet or Nerder Park.
Boy, Cameron, thank you. Robert, thank you.
Hey, real quickly, listen, thank you for Nuke the Fridge.
Yeah.
We are starting our channel. It's the Atomic Wire, right? It's kind of like
y'all. Where's the
the
link?
Atomic We'll send it. We'll post it. But the Atomic Wire on the YouTube channel and also on all social media. The Atomic Wire.
The Atomic Wire.
The Atomic Wire. It's kind of like Nuke the Fridge's little baby brother.
That's weird. Yeah, it has the Atomic Wire. Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm already subbed. Hold on a second. You guys could talk while I look for it. Hold on.
So Louis, what's new at Frankensons? What's going on? Is there like Anime Day coming up tomorrow and Sunday? Or what's going on?
Atomic Wire Day is coming up.
Atomic Wire Days, yes.
Yeah, here we go. All right, here we go, guys. That's the channel you see right there. Robert's right there. He has fleas.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah. So I'm gonna about 3 to 4 times a week. I'm gonna do a morning recap of stuff that kind of breaks, and then the goal is to be helping you out with any interviews that we could do.
Yep.
And at the same time, there is an interesting interview there that I had with Melissa Navia from Strange New Worlds. It was actually a pretty good interview.
Yeah, it was a
for the
great
folks
interview.
that you haven't seen Strange New Worlds, I cannot stress enough, go watch Strange New Worlds. Even if you're not a Trek fan, you'd be pleasantly surprised. And Melissa Navia,
before you keep going, let's get this to 10 subs right now. Can we do it?
Please, guys.
yeah, it's brand new. We
Yeah,
just started, guys.
If we get to 20, I'll take Robert's shirt off.
You won't take my shirt off. No.
Okay, 15.
You
and
can
I'll take
play. You
Robert's
can
shirt
play
off.
with the Hellraiser cube. You want to play with the Hellraiser cube?
The
link is
Lamont
in the comments. You guys
configuration
want
from
subs or what?
that.
Shut up. Shut up. The link is in the comments. Let's see what we got right here. Oh, hey, we need 2 more. 2 more subs. And then I'm getting the hell out of here.
Like I said, guys,
subs.
20 subs, and I'm taking Robert's shirt off. So
Don't take my shirt off.
hit that subscribe button. Yeah, you should turn on the notifications as well while you're at it.
10. I'm getting the hell out of here
Oh.
before these guys
Thank
keep
you, guys.
talking. Talk to you all
Thank
later.